Hi everyone, good morning. I am journalist Bisoler. My report is all about collection analysis, evaluation, and assessment. Historical overview of collection analysis. In 1960s, librarians began to promote more diverse and scientific methods of collection analysis. These include the following: studying citation patterns, collection overlap and uniqueness, comparative statistics, classification and curriculum relationships, developing formulas for collection size, acquisition budget, employing sociological tools in the design, applicable of use and user studies. The ARL, Association of Research Library Collection Analysis project, was begun to analyze collection among large research libraries. Clapp Jordan formula, which uses an acceptable core collection count plus volumes per student per faculty for undergraduate field and for graduate field. Budget-based quantitative studies examine a collection by: first is for collection profile, in library use, shelf availability, document delivery, downloads from remote resources, interlibrary lending, and borrowing statistics. One of the first steps toward developing a shared vocabulary to describe collection strength of level appeared in ALA's 1979 Guidelines for Collection Development. 5 collecting levels which were applied to existing collection density, and current collecting activity. Collection intensity: first is the comprehensive level, second is the research level, third is study level, fourth basic level, and fifth is the minimal level. The levels with one additional level, the out of scope, were inverted to form the basis of the RLG or Research Libraries Group. Conspectus is a comprehensive collection analysis tool intended to provide a summary of collection intensities, arranged subjects, classification, scheme, or combination of both. WLN or Western Library Network's Conspectus enhances the RLG Conspectus to meet the needs of small and medium-sized library, and added subdivisions for level 1, 2, and 3 as follows. 0 is for out of scope. First level is the minimal level. Under the minimal level, there is an uneven and focused. Second is the basic level. Under the basic level, there is a introductory and advanced. And the third one is the study level. Under the study level, there are basic studies, intermediate, and advanced. The fourth one is the research level, and the last one is the comprehensive level. WLN Conspectus for e-resources uses coverage indicators are the following. P is for primary language, S is for selected other language, W is for white collection, and X is one language, and D for dual language. Collecting activities and goal level indicator are the following. CL is for current location, AC is for acquisition commitment, CG is for collection goal, PC is for preservation commitment. OCLC Computer Library Center Conspectus permit use the following. First, the Library of Congress classification. Second is the Dewey Decimal classification, which we are using right now in our library. And third is the National Library of Medicine classification. OCLC World Collection Analysis Services presents holding according the OCLC Conspectus, a proprietary version of tools, brief test of collection strength. Just log into www.worldcat.org. Coverage power test is used as an improvement on white brief test of collection strength. Collection mapping is more commonly used as a qualitative approach to collection analysis in tools of media center than the conspectus. Through the latter also is used. This approach begins with a curriculum map. Includes the following. First, 5 to 8 selected topics for each subject and grade level. Second, reflect the school and district curriculum. Third is for review with teachers to ensure that it reports what is actually being taught in the classroom. Electronic resources and collection analysis are the following. The ICOLC, International Coalition of Library Consortia, identify both use statistics and remote resource provider to supply these statistics. Counter is for counting online usage of network electronic resources. It is established to develop and maintain international codes to govern the recording and exchange of online data usage. MINES is for measuring the impact of network electronic services. Is a point-of-use web-based survey that collects data on e-resources, users, and their purpose of use. Methods of collection-based analysis. Under the collection methods of base analysis, there is a collection profiling. Collection profiling is the process of assembling numerical pictures of the collection at one point in time as statistical description. Second is the list checking. They compare a library holding to the universe of titles and the holding of peer libraries. Direct collection analysis, sometimes called shelf scanning, means that someone with knowledge of the literature being analyzed physically examine the collection. Fourth is the comparative statistics, used on collection size and materials expenditure to examine relative strength for many years, often under the assumption of that bigger is better. And lastly, the application standards, which has been developed by professional associations, accrediting agencies, funding agencies, and library boards, may be used to those types of library which standards have been developed. In method used and user-centered analysis are the following. First, the citation studies. Citation studies are type of bibliometrics, the quantitative treatment of the properties that describe and predict the nature of the scholarly literature used. Second is the circulation studies, which analyze local circulations transaction. And third is the in-house use studies, can focus on either materials use or the user of materials. Fourth is the survey and focus group, seek to determine how well the library collection meet users' needs and expectations and to identify those that are unmet. And second to the last is the interlibrary loan analysis. It can identify areas in which the collection is not satisfying patrons' needs and serve to identify books and journals that are appropriate to add. And lastly is the document delivery test, which checks the library abilities to provide users with items that at the time they are needed. In collection analysis, the library considers its collection use and its impact. Analysis provide information on various aspects of the collection. First, number of pieces and titles in a particular subject. Second, format represented. Third, age and condition of materials. Fourth, breadth and depth of coverage. Fifth, language in which the resources are available. 6, patron use and non-use of collection. And lastly is the resource sharing. Collection analysis as management tools. Several terms used in the indication of collection analysis. First, the collection mapping. Second, collection review. Third, collection assessment is to determine how well the collection supports the goals, needs, and mission of the library, a parent organization. Fourth, collection evaluation is to examine or describe collection either in their own terms or in relation to other collection and checking mechanism such as list. There is a purpose of why we do collection analysis. First, it can result in a detailed subject profile that informs new library staff members and users about the nature of the collection. Second, it can assist in the writing or revision of a collection development policy and indicate an existing policy's effectiveness. Third, it helps explain decisions and expenditures. Fourth, it guides and informs decisions and policy making throughout the library, including budget and staffing allocation. Fifth, can use disaster preparedness, inventory purposes, and space planning. Six, can use it in accreditation report and for external purposes. 7. Can demonstrate the degree of which a library can and cannot support a new program or major. 8. It can be used to recruit new faculty members and students. 9. Can give corporate libraries information to document their ability to support new research and development programs. 10. Can document the age of collection by subject. 11. Can be used in process releases, library reports, and newsletters and grant proposals. 12. Can be used to demonstrate accountability by tracking progress towards performance goals and showing how investments are being used effectively. There is an input and outputs and outcomes in collection analysis. Inputs are the resources available in a library. This includes staffing, allocation, expenditures, collection size, and growth. Outputs in collection analysis are those activities the library provides based on inputs. These are of service, availability and use of collection, reference transaction and instructional sessions. And there is also outcomes in collection analysis. These are the benefits to the user or user community as a result of libraries' inputs and outputs. The question becomes how use can be connected to outcomes such as a student learning, faculty productivity, or grant awarded. There is a techniques on collection analysis. First is the topology, qualitative, you need to consider. In topologies, there is a collection base, which means examine the size, growth, depth, breadth, variety, balance, and coverage of library materials. Under the topologies, there is also use and user base. You need to base the use and user base. So look at who is using the materials, how often, and what their expectations are. In quantitative, there is under the quantitative, in collection-based, count things. You need to count things. Then in qualitative, is under the qualitative, in collection-based, it depends on perception, option, and the context of data gathered. Planning and conducting a collection analysis projects, these are the steps. If you want to conduct and planning to do a collection analysis project, these are the steps you need to follow. First, estimate the resources in staff time and funding needed in conducting the analysis. Second, define the purposes and hypotheses of the studies. Third, determine the data gathered and the methods be used to collect and analyze data. Fourth, consider the format in which the results will be presented and the audience to which the report will be directed. Fifth, decide which part of the collection or representative sample to study. Sixth, consult existing collection information which may include a collection development policy, library mission or goal statement, and previously conducted analysis project. In written report, first, you need to explain the purpose of the study, method used, and problem encountered. Second, provide comments on collection analyzed and purposes it is intended to serve. Third, as part of the findings, the report summarizes specific strengths, non-strengths, and weaknesses. Fourth, a good report provides both textual and graphic representation of findings. Fifth, visualizations in chart and graphs. Guiding principles on collection analysis. First, hard statistics must guide collection assessment and development, but they need to be supplemented by input from the user community and librarians. Second, data must be centrally archived and freely shared across library department. Third, keep data up to date and maintain data bank of collection assessment information. Fourth, consider only relevant data. Fifth, usage patterns vary among the disciplines. And 6, what worked last year might not work this year. Statistics that were available last year may not available this year. Yes. And lastly, number 7, approach assessment from the philosophical framework, then create local solution to fit the philosophy. Knowing a collection is a librarian's responsibility. Thank you and God bless.